when you first start out manifesting, these are things that little hints and tips that can make it go easier so you can build your belief system up more, that this world can A, hear your thoughts, B, give you anything you want, and C, make things pull out of its ass that you could have never expected or the ways that it could come. Now, this is how you do it. A, you start talking about something new that you don't want to talk about. Watch how it shows up somewhere in your life, right? Very simple. You can hear that it can hear all your thoughts. B, this is the one that I really want you to practice right here, right now. Don't keep trying to manifest things that are in a different timeline than the very next future for you. If you're trying to manifest things, now manifest anything you want, no matter how far it is. I'm saying to build your belief system. There's a difference. When you are going to go do actually something in real life time, practice an outcome for that specific thing that you are already going to go into action. I'm going to tell you a little story. Reading a book called Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And as I'm reading it, I am turkey hunting. And I wasn't overthinking anything. I was taking what I was reading and I was applying it. I wasn't trying to study it. I wasn't trying to memorize it. I was trying to get directions, apply, see results. And that's exactly what I did. So now the very first day, because it was a 4-day hunt, the very first day, within the first half an hour, there was a whole bunch of turkeys that came in, but there was one tom surrounded by a bunch of hens. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you can't shoot a hen. And we're also filming this. My dad is Babe Winkleman, and we were always filming shows. I was very nervous right before I shot because you can't shoot a hen. And I knew this. My dad's watching, the camera guy is going, so I cannot fuck this up. So right before I shot, my very last thought, I remember, and I was anxiety because my dad was all like, shoot, because he's been doing this for years. He's quite confident. I've been doing it too, but I still need to concentrate. I don't do it nearly as often as he does. However, so I'm looking at it. I hear him say shoot. I'm already feeling anxiety. My last thought was don't shoot a hen. I shot. The tom flew. I thought I hit him though because of like he was the only one that flew and I thought it was weird. So as I was like walking to look to if there was like a blood trail or anything like that, I was like thinking, I'm like, how did I miss? I never miss. Like I usually don't shoot until I know I got it. Like what was going on? And then I thought of what the book was just teaching me. What was my intention? My last thought, don't shoot a hen. And what did I do? I did not shoot a hen. So then I was like, okay, all right. Now, my dad, however, right after this, another tom came in all by himself and he got it in like 30 seconds, shoot, whatever. So now the rest of the time, it's just going to be me focused on getting a turkey. He's just kind of my sidekick, right? So as the time goes on, there's going to be flashy things that try to get your attention. Like, what about this? Is this going to satisfy you? Because I was a nursing mom at the time. So every time I went in to go pump, I would meditate. And the only way I knew how to meditate was I closed my eyes. I pictured the turkey at the end of my barrel. I said, boom. I felt calm and good, certain. I watched it fall to the right and then it cheered and laughed, right? That was the only thing I did. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. I didn't say the how, the what, the when, the what. I pictured that one moment and felt it, okay? So then a day or two later, there was a flock of jakes right in front of us. And I don't know if you know what that is, but they're not as mature turkeys. So I'm going for the tom. I'm not going to go for this flashy thing, the thing that I could do. But what I did do is I sat there with my gun and I was like, pretending like I was going to get each one of them. Like, boom, boom, boom. Locked in that calm, locked in that certainty, right? Then the next day, we do this running and gunning thing, right? And our guide, his name was John. He's like 6'6" or 7 or something. He was like on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or like, he's a big dude, okay? And he could see a lot further than I could. So he's like, there's turkeys coming up right over here. So I think that they're like gonna be like right ready for me to shoot. So I'm like, because I can't see anything. He's like, they're coming up, they're coming up, they're coming up. Get me all like hyped up, right? So they come up. Now I shot way too early. I was so excited. The shotgun doesn't go that damn far. Oh shit, laughing too much. Anyways, so that's fine. So then throughout this time, John was saying different stuff. He's like, you know, Donnie, I'm really impressed with you. He's like, most people would have quit. They would have been they would have been angry. They would have been all complaining and da-da-da. He's like, that's why I got out of guiding. I only came back because I like your dad. And I'm a big fan. And I said, well, it's all about the journey and the fun of it anyways. I've never got to do the running and gunning before and like this and this and that. I said, you know what? I'm more of a finale girl anyways. My turkey will probably come do a dance for us and then put on a show and then I'll get him, right? Complete joke. I'm just saying it like there was no, oh, this is what's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, grand finale. Here it was. Last day, last 3 hours, 90 some damn degrees all day, no wind. We've switched like 4 places, haven't seen any turkeys, but now we're going to go into actual John's like property, right? And we have to stay within this fence though. We have to get this turkey to go in this fence in order to get it, right? And we hadn't seen nothing all day. We've been calling. Nobody's been responding, nothing. Then, out in the distance, I see a few turkeys. And there's this big-ass tom coming, and I was like, oh, my God, that's my turkey. And so we were waiting for them to come over. He had 2 hens with them, too. So he comes over, and then they go underneath this big-ass shaded tree and don't move for 3 hours, right? Like 90 feet out or 90 yards out from us. Can't shoot that far, but I was like, do you guys think we could like Mario Brothers it and like move this over maybe? And they're like, absolutely not. There's too much. Because we got the camera guy and my dad and me in this little blind. We're not going to be able to move all of our stuff. So anyways, because I was like, oh my God. So every time I looked up, dad would try to call because he's better at that. And I'm like, the turkeys aren't moving. And I was like, oh my God. The last like 15 minutes of the day, the turkeys decide to move. Now, I have to get them to come inside this fence and come up where the decoys are because that's where I know for sure I can shoot to there. So these turkeys keep like leaving and going down like this hill and then coming back up and leaving. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? Right? Definitely putting on a show, intensifying, making the drama really good, leaving me with cliffhangers every 20 seconds. Then they come up and they're on the outside of the fence and we can't get them to come in. We're trying to do the decoys. We're trying to do that. Nothing. And then by the grace of God, right? That's how it happens. A turkey, another little female turkey that was hot to trot comes in and squawking and yawking and bloop, bloop, bloop. So she comes up to the tom and right when she does, and the other 2 hens get kind of like a little attitude and like kind of go over towards her. So she was like, what? So we pulled our decoy and the tail went down. And she looked over, was like, oh, never mind, there's a different dude. And then it was like, the tom was like, you know what? Screw that. See, she seems like she's more ready than you guys. I'm going to follow her. So now I'm in the same situation, just a little less. I've got them, and turkeys run 30 miles an hour, by the way. So they are all running at me about 30 miles an hour, okay? 4 of them. 1 tom, 3 hens. So it's not the exact same situation that it was before because I had 30 hens, right? But I got to show myself in the chaos, in the fast pace, in the anxiety, in everything. I am going to stay calm and anchored, right? So I am ready. And right as I'm going like this, I'm waiting for them to get to the spot, right? I've got them in my sights and just waiting for them to get close. And my dad starts doing the shoot thing again. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. And then right beforehand, as I'm staying calm, the wind blows for the first time in the entire day. And our whole entire blind goes whoof like this. We all take our feet and go whoof and push it back down. The second we got down, I looked down and went boof. And then he fell to the right and we all screamed and laughed. Just like I had pictured. Now, this was insane. It was fantastic. And not only that, but this wasn't just any kind of turkey. This was a turkey that was a cross between a Rio and a Miriam, was at least 6.5 years old. Like there were so many rarenesses in here that I didn't find out until afterwards. But the story was never the same. You can teach yourself to believe anything. Just go for what's coming next so you can see right away how this works. Keep it simple, keep it easy.